Hi guys, it's Cerys and today I've got a what to bring with you to hauls video. I've just filmed a pros and cons of haul, so I'll leave the link to that down below. And if you are new to my channel, then I have just finished first year, going into second year in September, so I thought I could just give you some fresh insight of what I forgot to bring and what some of my flatmates forgot to bring. For obvious reasons, I'm not going to be covering absolutely everything in this video. I think it would probably take me about an hour. So instead what I've done is I've written a list and I'll copy and paste that in the description box. So you can have a look at that if there's anything I don't mention in this video. And also I'll leave the links to part 1 and part 2 from my uni hauls last year. Okay, starting off with everyday things. I was so close to forgetting this. I actually bought it the day before I went to uni, and that is toilet roll. It may sound obvious, but when you think about it, there are going to be so many things on your mind that toilet roll just might not come into your head. So definitely don't forget that. If you're like me and you've got a long journey to uni, you definitely don't want to arrive there and not be able to use the toilet. And this next thing is something that I probably didn't buy until like my second or third month, and that is air freshener. And honestly, you don't realise the difference it makes until you buy it. Again, it just sounds so obvious, but you're going to be sleeping in that room, you're probably going to be having light-ins, you're probably going to spend some afternoons in there watching Netflix, and generally you've only got one room, so you're probably going to be spending a lot of time in there. So your bed especially is going to get sweaty. There are going to be slight smells, maybe from drinks or from food, and also if you do have an ensuite as well, there's not an awful lot of ventilation going around the room, so I definitely buy an air freshener. The next thing I notice people either go all out on and definitely remember, or they're like me and completely forget, and that is alcohol. One of my flatmates, Harry, literally bought a shelf full of alcohol with him to uni. And me, on the other hand, I brought nothing. A few of us didn't bring anything, so the first night we just went to Tesco, just bought some vodka. But if you are short of money and maybe a student loan hasn't come in, then it is a good idea to bring some vodka or any alcohol you have just with you, and then at least that'll save you a bit of money for buying alcohol for pre-drinks. Another thing which kind of goes hand in hand with alcohol is paracetamol or Calpol, whichever you prefer to take. I know I forgot mine, and the day after the first night out I was kind of scared to ask my flatmates if I could use some. I managed to get some in the end, but honestly, if you remember now and you're watching this video, just bring some paracetamol with you, because maybe someone else doesn't have it and you can help them. Slippers or slides are something you are going to want to take. I did come to uni with a pair of slippers. I ended up going through 2 pairs of slippers and eventually just bought a pair of slides. They were perfect. I just wore them as socks. No one cares about the socks and sandals thing, and you really don't want to be going around in your socks, or especially bare feet in the kitchen. In your room it's fine, especially if you've got carpet, but once you're through the hallway and into the kitchen, especially if there's been pre-drinks, there might be alcohol on the floor, it might be sticky. Our fridge leaked a lot, so often my feet would get wet, and you're probably going to be living with quite a few people as well, so maybe expect a little bit of food to be on that floor as well. The next thing I got now is a speaker. I didn't have this when I first went to uni. It's ringing. Okay, back onto the speaker. You don't have to get one. I didn't get one till Christmas, and you obviously don't have to get this brand either. My flatmates and I all got one of these. I think in the end there was about 4 of us, and we could all just connect them to each other and just have a really big surround system, and it was really good for pre-drinks. I do find speakers are really handy when you're getting ready though, especially because of noise as it is. Some unis have thin walls, so if you are getting ready for pre-drinks, you're going out as a flat, you've got one door here playing their music, one door here blasting their music, you are going to get a combination of sound, and unless you've got a very powerful laptop or a very powerful phone, you might want to invest in a speaker so you can listen to your own music. Next thing now I couldn't live without. Some of my flatmates never even use theirs, but that is a lanyard. So I actually got given mine by the uni. If you're not sure if your uni does them or not, you can always email. But I mean, I'm sure lanyards or ID holders would only cost about £1 or £2 on eBay or Amazon. I personally found mine so useful. I could never lose it with this big long strap. I often wore it around my neck because I needed it to get into the campus and then obviously sign into my lecture, but also I needed it with my accommodation as well, and my accommodation security was so strict, so I had to scan this thing about 5 times before I even got into my flat. So it was definitely handy having it on this lanyard. I also have my USB on here, and I also have my keys on there as well. Next thing now, only 2 out of the 7 of us flat actually remembered, and that is an oven mitt. I didn't remember one, but I know someone had a big oven mitt, and I swear I never saw it since after like 2 months. And Harry, one of my other flatmates, he had these oven gloves. They were absolutely amazing. They were probably from some fancy homeware shop or something. But either way, you could go into the oven and have all your hands. It was great. The basic oven glove will do. You can literally buy them in Poundland, and yeah, definitely a staple for the kitchen. It's not the end of the world if you don't have one, but using a tea towel, you are more likely to burn yourself, and I know a few of us did do that quite a few times. Next thing I had never even heard of before uni, but once you see it or once you use it, you cannot go back. So it is this dish scrubber here. I know 2 of my flatmates brought one. I'm pretty sure they're from IKEA, and they make doing the washing up so painless, so easy, and so much quicker. I definitely think they're a staple in the kitchen, but obviously if you can't get your hands on it, just make sure you have a pack of scourers. And a tip with that would be buy good quality ones as well. Honestly, I just bought Smart Price. They lasted me about 2 dishes before they started falling apart. So just buy the proper ones, the thick ones, and you'll be good to go. Next thing now would either be a blanket or a dressing gown. You want to feel homely at uni. It is going to be your home. Me and my flatmates always referred to it as home. We're like, when are you going home? Blah, blah, blah. It's just handy for when you leave your room and you're not under your duvet and you just need something to throw on. Maybe it's a little bit cold, especially in winter, or you're just sat in the lounge with all your flatmates and you're watching a film or some TV shows. Having a blanket, you really just can't go wrong. Next thing you don't want to forget is anything for your laundry. Uni rooms tend to be quite small, so what I did was I bought a cube-shaped ottoman and just used that as my laundry basket. Because it was an ottoman, it doubled up as furniture, also as my bedside table. Yeah, if I had dirty clothes, I would simply just lift off the lid and put anything in there. And then when it came to taking things downstairs, just took it all out and just shoved it in a Sainsbury's bag for life. Then for the last section now, I have decor. You do want to make your room nice and homely. A lot of people who drop out are the ones who don't make an effort, who don't feel at home at uni, and they miss all their luxury comforts at home. So one of the things I would definitely make sure is really nice is your bed. You've got a lovely living space and relaxing space. One of the things which I added quite a few of was cushions. I think they just made everything nice and cozy, also very comfortable. Sorry about that, that was my speaker. The only thing with cushions is you don't want to add too much, because at the end of the day you are a student. Sometimes you won't make your bed every day, and if you don't make your bed every day, you just have cushions filling up the floor and you literally cannot move around. Definitely make your bed comfortable, but make sure it's practical as well. Next thing would be fairy lights or lights in general. I had these exact lights at uni, and I know people had bedside tables or also just a set of fairy lights. Both boys and girls, and especially this warm colour, just makes everything feel so homely. These ones are curtain lights, and those are from eBay, like 15 to 20 £20, but you can also just go into Primark and buy a packet that just run from batteries or run from a plug, and they can cost you like £1 to £3. Going along with that whole thing, making everything cozy, take photographs of your friends and family. I made a collage before I went. It was quite impractical, the size of it, so maybe don't make one as big, but definitely just have little photos around. You can even just print them off if you know you've got a cork board in your room. You might think it's not important because if you want to see pictures of people, then you can literally just go on Facebook. But honestly, when you're just sat there and these photos catch your eye, it's just a lovely reminder of home and all the friends and family you're not with. And I know Rach had a pillow with her dog's face on it as well. So you can even do little cute things like that, maybe even a mug, whatever you feel like. If you're not all into the fairy lights decor things, do try and put some things on your wall. I know some people, my flatmate Ollie, He put like artwork on his wall. I think some of my flatmates put posters on their wall, like the really large ones. Every single one of my flatmates had a really homely room, just showed their personality, and I think that's what made us all feel so at home. That is everything material wise. One thing I would say as well, which is great to have for your first day, is friends. Me and my flatmates were lucky enough to meet each other online. We'd all met through the Facebook groups for the accommodation, and we had been talking for months, even before getting our A-level results to actually get into uni. So we were all really close friends. We'd all shared photos of what we'd bought for our bedrooms, and we were all looking forward to it, I guess. So definitely write on those group pages, trying to make friends, see who your flatmates are, because you never know, they might have a whole group chat already and they're just waiting for that last flatmate to come in and it's you. So I definitely say having friends there made the whole process so much smoother. And also, if you know them beforehand, you can help remind them of some of these things that they may forget to take. But that is everything for this video. I'm so sorry if it's been really long. I've been filming this video for like half an hour now. So please do give it a thumbs up if you have enjoyed and it has helped you out. Feel free to leave comments down below and I will get back to you. But apart from that, that is everything. So have a great day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.